Hi everyone, welcome to a new day of chess streaming. I'm a little bit late because I'm trying to troubleshoot some of the stuff with the chat and to make it easy for you guys to challenge me. Because today is going to be a Games with Viewers day and we want to make it as easy as possible to hand out those challenges. As you can see, Norway is very sunny. Actually, the reason I'm so dark sitting here is not because it's dark in this room. It's actually because the sun is shining so strongly on my curtains that it's messing up with the camera. Thank you to Addict for the 25-bit chair. Thank you. Great start to the day. Sun in Norway since when? May. Well, April really. I always tell people that spring in Norway is the best ever. I mean, people who think Norway is cold, they're just plain wrong. Thank you to Samaeld for the 3-month resub. Thank you. What a start to this day. We're gonna play some blitz and bullet. I'll play some 3-minute chess and some bullet chess. We're gonna have plenty of time for everyone to get to play. If you want to play me, do go into the live chess, chess.com/live. And you challenge GM JLH. We're gonna start out with Oscar, I think. A quick bullet game to get the brain working. This pawn is in trouble. This pawn was a trap because if he had taken that one, I would have gotten the Queen A4 check trick. I'm gonna go for this pawn on E4. It's looking very promising for me, grabbing this pawn. Free bishop, yes please. I'll take that. I'll go back just in case something happens, and a couple of pre-moves because this is such a safe position. And that's gonna probably do the trick. My brain works the opposite, says Addict. It tilts completely when I play bullet. Yeah, no, I mean, you're prone to make mistakes in bullet, but, you know, we're getting ready. Addict, Rasmus Seer, 3-0 challenge. I do not have that on my screen. I cannot see a 3-minute challenge from Rasmus C. I don't know what the problem is, but you're gonna have to try again. I'm gonna start out with the bullet games. I'm gonna start out with those. The challenge line is growing. I think I saw like 5 people now. I don't have a challenge from Fear either. I don't know what's going on, but I did not have a challenge from Fear on my screen. Jayesh, I did see your challenge. I did see your challenge. So at least it's working for some people. Not a big consolation for those not on my list, but it's working for some people. Let's do a winning rook endgame. Pawn up, good pawn structure, more active king. Things are looking very good in this game. Yeah, I'm just gonna give this pawn. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. He had some chances with getting the rook on the f file. Now I just gotta make sure that he doesn't do anything funky with this pawn. And then it's game. We get the queen in front of the pawn. And that's gonna be it. Wow, never mind the line being 5 people. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 incoming challenges. Let's do Rasmus. Just making sure that people know that bribery works. That 25-bit chair and also being so early in the chat, that is gonna give you some advantages. It's capitalism in work, in play. I'm just gonna play something solid. I've been playing this solid thing for a couple of months now, and I'm hating it. I'm having so much trouble winning games. So yeah, but it looks good. I mean, to me, it just, you get your pieces out, you get your king into the center, you get a nice diagonal for the bishop. This is how you should play chess. It's just somehow it never really works out the way you hoped. I think this is a good pawn structure for me. I think we're gonna exchange off these 2 pawns, after which there's gonna be a guy on c4 who's not very happy. I'm gonna have good chances to attack this c4 pawn. And now I'm even gonna attack the d4 pawn. Takes, and I'm not gonna be greedy. If he took back, I wouldn't have taken with the queen. I would have played knight c6. Because even though taking with the queen was good, I think taking with the knight on d4, that pawn wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, let's do bishop g5. Big trouble, big square on f4 for a knight. I'm gonna exchange these 2, yes. Then I'm gonna go with the queen, making sure that I can go knight f4 on the next move. And there's nothing he can do to stop me. Sell out, announces JJ. Yeah, you're gonna have to be JJ. I can't pronounce that thing. JJ in the chat announces sell out. And yes, I've been watching a lot of Alex streams. He streams Fortnite, and he's being very, very cunning with taking prop bets. I think that's very interesting. He takes prop bet or kind of suggestions from his chat. So like people will go to him and kind of like try to win by doing this crazy thing, and then he does it, and people give him some bits or something. I think that's very clever. I really want to implement that somehow in chess. I'm just not sure how. Like, if you win a game pre-moving everything. But that is so difficult, right? It would be basically impossible to do. Alec, I'm all this is basically my my evening entertainment. Yes, for once the solid Queen's Gambit has given us a win. And the list keeps growing. Let's do the 1-minute games first, kind of to get those out of the way. And one of the most loyal followers of my channel, Groger, Let's play against him. Let's try to do as many pre-moves as possible. The thing about pre-moves is that often you make pre-moves based on expecting your opponent to play the best moves. And my problem is that sometimes people don't play the best moves. And that really hurts me when I pre-move. That can cause some proper problems. That's a queen. That's a queen, and that's the game. Let's see, are there any more 1 minute challenges? Luca is gonna get a 1 minute game. Yeah, I could have taken that pawn, but once again, I don't expect my opponents to play bad moves. And sometimes that means you miss out on good opportunities. And sometimes that means you lose your queen. It happens. So pre-moving is definitely a double-edged sword. I have a very nice position. Very nice. Let's go with this guy to the middle. This guy can go up here. I really want to play... did I just blunder something? I may have done. Maybe he has b6 at some moment. Okay, but now he blundered something. That's good news. And now he blundered something even more. More good news. Then I protect the rook. Double my guys. Let's attack this one. Where do you go? Ah, another one. Let's go here and here. And then checkmate. Checkmate to your king. Passed pawn, do you have a stream schedule? Yes! Yes, I do. Actually, Moobot is being a brilliant helper, coming with the stream schedule in the chat. Just as you asked. Is that even an accident? But if you go... yeah. Schedule down below if you're watching at Twitch. So I have a very well updated schedule. The Chess TV, they have their own schedule, but they don't allow you to put in streams that's further than 4 weeks away. So I actually had to send them a message to ask, can I schedule my stream for June already? And the answer was no, you cannot. Thank you to Bjarte Pedersen. I don't know why that came out with a northern Norway-ish accent, but Bjarte Pedersen with, again, with the 100 bits. Thank you. I'm playing against I Am Advanced from South Korea, and he gave away a bishop in the opening. So it looks like a normal, well, normal is a bit strong, but it looks like a normal-ish position. But actually it's just a complete disaster for white. Being, well, number one, white is an exchange down. No, a piece down. But number two, look at this bishop. This bishop is never getting back into play for the rest of the game. There's just no chance. Completely blocked out by the black pawns. So in effect, I have two pieces up, and with those pieces, I'm gonna capture the rest of his Honestly, not very big army. This dude tried Lifanging Hammer, says Dayan. Okay, so Lifanging is apparently when you go bishop h6. But the thing is, if you're gonna go bishop h6, don't do it when the guy has protected his bishop on g7. So here you can go bishop h6. Here you can go bishop h6. Here you can go bishop h6. It's risky. I'm probably gonna take your bishop, but you can do it. But once I go with the knight, I'm ready to castle. So after this, going bishop h6 is never gonna work, because if you get lucky, your bishop doesn't get lost and you get to exchange. If you don't get lucky, like this time, I'm just gonna take your bishop. So it's a tricky bullet move, but I'm not sure it's gonna work all that often. Once again, very nice position out of the opening. I have the two diagonals for my bishops, whereas his bishops are just not that great over here. I blundered knight d3, and now I blundered this pawn. The first one was a bad blunder, the second one was a mouse slip. But it's okay. I still got stuff going on. I'll take this one, thank you. Next I'm going here, because now I'm threatening this one. I'm not threatening that one, interesting, because he would have trapped my queen if I had taken that one. Or maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. Anyway, knight d4, threatening queen h5 and checkmate in one move. That was a tricky play, and it worked out brilliantly for me. Oh, is he gonna try bishop h6? Yeah, I didn't pre-move. We had been talking about it, so I thought it's better not to fall for it right after having done the sneaky bullet tricks lecture. Yeah, I'll take that one. Thank you. And now let's put the queen out here. Probably you're gonna play g4. No, you're gonna blunder your bishop. That's not good. Let's see how we can... Are you gonna blunder your rook? Yes! Yes, you are going to... Oh, and you're gonna blunder this rook. That was a lot of material in a couple of moves. That hurts. That's gonna hurt a lot. We're playing against an international master, a little OC from Malaysia, I believe that flag is. Let's do this. Let's do the Keto. He's allowing me to get a very big center. I'm gonna take the opportunity. Let's chase this guy away. I just blundered my bishop. I just blundered this one. It's gonna be fine. It's fine. There's stuff hanging elsewhere as well. And it's time to move this guy. And he blundered his bishop. That's good news. Very good news. And now there's a knight in trouble. I'm gonna take that knight. And he resigns. Sorry. Misclick. You can misclick more than the game. This guy we played against you, I think. This is a double challenge, but I'm gonna accept here. Chess Player Super from my native Norway. I'm guessing Super Chess Player was taken, and then you have to get creative. Alec is in the chat. Game abandoned. That's gonna cost you. That's gonna cost you. We're not gonna have time for too many games. Let's do the Tycoon. I'm whipping your bamboo. Okay, you're whipping your bamboo hard today. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's a good thing. I'm actually a bit worse here. This is the worst position I've had in these bullet games for maybe the entire session. But this attack, I'm gonna be able to repel. And now there's an end game. I'm ready for that end game. I'm gonna play this one. Secure my positioning on F5. You know what? I'm even gonna use the H file to attack you. You understood that, but that's just gonna give me an extra guy to attack you with. Am I gonna take this one? I guess I should not. I should take back with a rook. Thank you. It's looking good. Was not expecting that move, but it's good. You should change the language to English. I think it would help the viewers that don't speak Norwegian. In my settings, I'm pretty sure it's already English. Language, English. Confirm. Yeah, I'm thinking. You mean the chess.com settings? Yeah, I guess a lot of people have commented on that, but number one, I really don't think people misunderstand what it says in Norwegian. And number two, chess.com has been pretty aggressive about trying to get people to use their own language. I guess that's kind of how you why you spend so much time translating. But actually the reason I switched to Norwegian is because then I can get Norwegian content. Chess.com registers me as a Norwegian, and so Norwegian content is lifted up in the algorithms. Romero with the 50-bit chair. Do you generally use non-English interfaces? No, I usually keep it in original language because I don't really trust the translators to translate correctly. It's a bit cynical, but yeah, that's how it is. Sylph says that he likes it. I've seen those words in English many times, and maybe this way I'll learn something. Yeah, you're gonna get very good at loses on time. I'm gonna flag so many people today. That is my ambition. Flag so many people. Oh, we're gonna be tricky. I'm gonna be so sneaky. I'm gonna go on the long diagonal and do the checkmate. I think he sees it. I think maybe he sees it. No! Yeah! The sneaky checkmate threat on the long diagonal to take home a quick win. Let's do Vara. Completely Transparent asks, are you going to be a guest at an arcade during the World Championship match? That is just far, I mean, the match isn't for another 7 months. So you're asking that question way, way too early. Honestly, I'm hoping to have a paid job during the World Championship, but that's just me. I'm not gonna blunder this, but it's fine. My queen is protected. Not anymore, though. So now these tactics would have worked. I'm stressed. I'm kind of stressed. Finally, I got some unpleasantness happening, but now I think I got it covered. Getting that knight, also keeping my pawns protected. That's good news. 3 pawns up. From trouble to 3 pawns up. That's a good change. Let's do the next game. Johnny Boy. I'll do 3-minute challenges after the 1-minute challenges. If you want to play 3-minute rather than 1 minute, just hold on and it's going to be your turn pretty soon. Once I am done flagging all of these guys. I'm going to do some flag emotes in the chat. Take them down on time. Queen exchange, thank you. I like those queen exchanges. It's so tricky keeping track of the queen all the time. This pawn is just gonna promote. There's nothing stopping this guy. Well, maybe 91, actually. But now there's nothing stopping this guy. I'm even not gonna, actually that was a mistake. That emote doesn't work on dark mode. Yeah, I know. I never use dark mode. So when I got the emote, I thought, oh, this looks so good. But unfortunately, neither I nor the designer had thought about dark mode. So to those with dark mode, I sincerely apologize about some of my emotes being, how to put it, less than effective. But they look really good in light mode. You really should consider joining the I wanted to say dark side, but I guess that doesn't really fit. I could have played e4, I missed it. Probably I'll get another opportunity like this one. Here maybe? No, I blundered my knight. Bishop f2 would have threatened my queen and at the same time threatened my knight. But I got away with it. Double attack. 2 pawns at the same time. Let's move the queen away. Taking that one, I'm not sure that's a good idea. Queen exchange, yes please. Let's give a check. That's a skewer, 2 rooks on the same diagonal. Let's take this one, let's go here. Let's set up the mating threats on the last rank. And it's a win. The Royal Fork asks, I have read that Norway has the fastest internet in the world. I guess broadband you mean. Is that true? I have no idea. I heard that Estonia is like really good. And in my apartment, I have like, I don't really know what I have, but it's not great. Whereas at my parents' house, they have this fiber thing, which I think is amazing. So you can get good internet, you can get bad internet, and you can get just the right amount. We're gonna go Kaya next. Fiber optic internet, says Axe Villager. Yeah. It's the future. Or so my dad announced when he bought it some 10 years ago. He bought it 10 years ago and still it's not that common, I have the impression. It's just a good way of having some really expensive internet and being very loyal to the people supplying the internet, because there's just one fiber company, I think. That's a rook, that's a weak king, and that is the king trying to find an escape square on g7. I'm gonna allow you to go no. Now I'm gonna try to open up with this rook. Get the rook. I'll push. Get some rooks on the f-file pointing down toward the king. That looks scary. Winstincts. That's a good name. From Australia. Vinny in the chat having some kind of massive comment on who has the best broadband or internet speed. South Korea tops the charts. That's a bishop. Probably he forgot that one was hanging. So focused on the attack going on over here. I'm not so focused about this attack. I don't think it's going to be very dangerous, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be very dangerous. Ah, I saw what you were doing. You were trying to sneak in. But I'm going to push you away. And now I have a piece up. I also have a pawn up. I also have more of an attack than you. And there goes another knight. Bad news for the guy with the winstincts. Romero asks, are you still actively playing tournaments? Yes, I am. I'm just very selective. Very selective. I choose my tournaments carefully. So I just go to the ones that are the most interesting. Or the best invites or the best conditions. So I'm gonna play the Norwegian Championship this summer. And I'm also playing in the Danish Extracon Cup in Helsingør. So that's going to be interesting. Actually, in May, I'm playing also in the Norwegian Team Championship in Bergen. So that's also something. It also means that for May, I'm going to be away for quite some time. So there's not going to be as many streams in May as there has been in April. April has been full of streams basically because I had no tournaments. But that's about to change. What does interesting or good conditions mean at your level? It's a very good question. Basically, it means it's paid. So there are many tournaments who kind of only cover your expenses. And most of those kind of tournaments I try to stay away from. I try to keep myself to the tournaments where I get paid to play. Jazub, a Spanish guy, and he goes down in a new game against Requiem for a Dream from Syria. Capitalism, says Addict. Yeah, capitalism all the way. No, but the thing is that when you're a chess player, making money is always going to be tricky. And I think a lot of people are not being cynical enough, I think. You have to be quite cynical to make a living from chess, because I'm not good enough to be in the top 20, so I need to be basically making money when I can. You could always get a real job, says Addict. Yeah. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Yeah, no, I could. I thought about it. It's just that who would hire me? The no education college dropout can only focus on gaming kind of guy. I don't know. In the US, I was recently in San Francisco and I was talking to people about just this very thing. And they were like, well, people will hire you even if you have no education. Just the fact that you have accomplished things in your life, they will hire you for that reason. And I was like, you sure? Because I don't think that would happen in Norway. Maybe in the US, but in Norway, if you don't have a bachelor's degree, or if you don't know the guy who's doing the hiring, I don't think you're gonna get a job through, hi, I'm a pretty good chess player, so I have accomplished something or worked for something in my life. Axe Villager, you can become a professional RuneScape streamer. Oh no, player. That you gotta explain to me. How are you gonna make any money playing RuneScape? Are there like tournaments? I think RuneScape is just incredibly boring, but also it's just, well, I mean, it's just mining. It's just doing the same thing over and over and over again. But in Norway, school isn't so expensive, says RKV. Yes, that is true. So most people have the opportunity to get a master's degree if they work hard. I just didn't do that part. The grind in RuneScape is amazing, says Berserk. Did I miss bits from Berserk? No. Wood cutting for 2,000 hours is fun. Yeah, no, I tried that. Mining and cooking, and I even got pretty high up in the lighting. Actually getting wood to burn. It's insane. Bits from when Magnus was alive. Valio is in the chat. I'm spreading out. I'm getting some of that Fortnite stream viewers. That's good. You can also teach chess, says Past Pawn. Yes. Yes, I can teach chess. I just choose not to. Royal Fork, can you play me next? I've been in a line since the stream started. Yes, I remember you from at the very beginning. I will accept you as the next next game. No, Valio is one of Alex TV's regular viewers. What did you study in college? Asks Geldon. I did a year and a half of economics, and then I did a year and a half of journalism. Cias asks, why won't you teach chess? It seems like a good opportunity to make money. Yeah, no, certainly some of the US chess teachers and some of the rates that they charge is just insane, right? I choose not to teach because I don't really enjoy it. And I think it actually is quite a bit of work. I make enough doing my other stuff. So I don't really need to teach unless I specifically wanted to teach. So if I'm having less opportunities with other chess engagements, like Twitch, like commentary on Norwegian television and stuff like that, then yes, I'd probably do some teaching. But also, it's just charging $50 for some lesson. Yeah. At some point, I also thought that it's too much, right? If I'm gonna do it seriously, then maybe. But knowing myself, I would probably just, let's play through some of your games and see what you're doing wrong. And then $50 an hour was gonna be, I would feel it's too much, I think. Moobot is lying. Yes, Moobot definitely is lying. Let's see if we can do something about that. That should have fixed it. Thank you to Banning for the 400 bits. Can we challenge you? Asks more Gazimora. Yes. Blitz. Bullet. And if somebody in the Twitch chat knows why it's not becoming clickable, these links, I'm very interested in knowing that. Berserk asks, you're Norwegian, why don't you just make black metal for money? And Addict seconds that thought. Because I have no musical talent whatsoever. Is that a valid excuse? thought maybe I was gonna trap the rook or take this pawn. But this knight move prevents both. Thank you to Vinny Vega for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. I hope you come around to other streams as well. Check my schedule. This is a good occasion to do this one. Ah, and there's another piece. Ooh, and there's even a rook. A lot of pieces in a matter of seconds. Ooh, and now I'm gonna have the 2 rooks on the 2nd rank. That's a monster. How many subs do you have? Asks Past Pawn. I have 160-ish. Atlas with the 4-month resub. Wow, there's not many of those. It's very rare for me to see people with a 4-month resub. You must be one of my very first subscribers. Thank you. He could also just lean back and live off his billions of oil dollars, says Addict. Yes, I could definitely do that. Or in my case, I guess it would rather be my thousands of chess dollars. But, you know, same difference. Good game to Royal Fork. Let's do some good game emotes. Those do work in the dark mode. So this is one of my favorites. The green good game. Where am I on the lists? Asks Mora Gazimora. You are number 3, 4, 5. Number 6. How many emotes do you have? Asks Past Pawn. I have 3 times 6, 18. How can you make money from chess? Asks Naive Chess. Well, Mr. Naive, you can play in tournaments and be really good in those tournaments, and they might give you some prize money. You can also do Twitch. You can do commentary for Norwegian TV. I realize that that's rare. It's for the very few. You can teach. A lot of people teach chess, and there's so many people wanting to learn chess, which is good, and which means teaching chess is actually, I would say, the most common way of making a living from chess. And a lot of people are teaching school kids. So chess is, I guess, one of chess as a community as a whole, one of the big priorities the past 10 years has been chess in schools. And this kind of focus trying to convince politicians that chess can be a good tool for students to instill logical thinking and decision making and stuff like that. I'm not gonna allow you to play c4. I'll go with the pawn. So now I'm making sure that I'm isolating this pawn, making sure that it cannot be protected by this pawn, which means I'm gonna go after this one. Let's go here. How do I challenge you, asks Geldon. I would say click on this link, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to work today. So just type in this in your browser while you're logged into chess.com. Ooh, I gotta be a bit careful. Suddenly this became pretty uncomfortable. I mean, I'm a clean piece up. This should be no issue at all. But my pieces are a bit loose. Yeah, he could have taken this pawn. That would have been tricky to handle, I think. Even now, I guess there's some conversion issues. But it should be fine. Gonna get this rook here. And now he blundered his rook. Couldn't you have played knight takes c2 instead of queen f3? Says Addict with the 25 bits. And also Leapish with the sub. Thank you, Leapish. Let's look at the suggested line from Addict. Queen f3, f6. Yes, I could have done that. There was a reason I didn't do it, but that reason was so silly. I didn't want to give up this pawn because then I thought the bishop could be okay on the long diagonal. Yeah, knight takes c2 is winning easily, winning a pawn and forking both rooks. Knight takes b3 after a... Yeah, that would also have been a good move. Taking this one, and if it takes back, I can take this guy. Many good moves missed. That's just how it is. And Leapers with the Norwegian flag. Right after subscribing. That's taking good use of emotes. Let's do some more Norwegian flags. Norway being the chess power. Maybe you should do more tactics, says our Dutch friend. The man from Utrecht. I try to just whenever I say Dutch words, but even then, I'm not getting positive feedback. I'm actually gonna fianchetto this guy. Magnus fianchettoed his bishop in a Sicilian against Wojtaszek this week, or actually maybe it was yesterday, and he won a pretty nice game. So maybe it's gonna work for me as well. How do I place in the queue, asks Svele. I think I'm gonna have some bad news for you, I'm afraid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6. You're number 6, I think. Create a simultourney, says Morga Gazimorga. That's a pretty good suggestion, actually. That's an interesting thought. Yeah, I'll consider that for next time. but like doing every game at the same time, it would be quite stressful. Maybe it won't be good. You would never really have track of any one game, but on the other hand, I'm not really doing a lot of commentary. I'm just, you know, moving the pieces around, trying to get some cheap checkmates. My favorite move is knight f3, says Tamas. You saw me going knight f3 twice this game. Past Pawn asks, have you followed the US championships? Yes, yes I have. My friend Sam is in the lead. So I have been following with a slight feeling of shock. And he was even winning against Caruana. He was winning against Caruana and messed it up. Had he won that game, he would have been like leading with so many points. It's insane. Yeah, I haven't played this magnificently. I'm unhappy with the way I executed this. I'm gonna play knight d4 next and try to get this guy. Or maybe I'll play h6. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play h6. And then I'm going to take this one with the bishop. Yeah, I might actually take it with the pawn. Ah, never mind. Take with the pawn, then knight e6. Oh, I decided to take with the bishop and I forgot. I did decide to take with the bishop. Sometimes your brain just doesn't follow your lead. This is a bit. I'm getting pretty low on time. I'm not being very focused. I think it's fair to say. Let's go after this guy. He prevented that. But I'm gonna do it anyhow. And then he blundered that. So whenever you blunder, I'm just gonna take your pieces. And then you're gonna regret blundering. Ooh, passed pawn. Very passed pawn. Very passed pawn. I'm just gonna give up this guy. Ooh, and taking out the guy stopping the passed pawn. And that's gonna win the game. Mora Gazimora asks, what is your real life rating? 2630 is my real life rating, my FIDE rating. 2630. I love that passed pawn answers 2680. That is the kind of comment that's gonna get on my good side. If you're in the queue, we're gonna prioritize passed pawn. Completely overestimating my rating. I like to think that I'm stronger than what my current rating reflects. But yeah, 2630. The Patserfish just says high. His rating is high. Yeah, that's fair. How long before you become a super grandmaster? You know, when I was young, a super grandmaster was 2600. I'm really disappointed that this stuff happened in which we decided that a super grandmaster is no longer 2600. When did that happen? I don't understand it. At some point people just decided, yeah, no more. 2600 is no longer good enough. Everyone from now on needs to have a 2700 rating. I guess I'm gonna take this one first. And then I have the double attack coming up. Dayon! The way Hammer's been playing the Arena Kings, his rating might as well be 1200. Ouch! Hitting me where it hurts. Yes, I will agree, I have not done very well in the Arena Kings tournaments. I will agree, yeah. I played some good chess last time. If you watched last Wednesday, I was playing some good chess. Play Sicilian Dragon as black, please, asks Naive Chess. Well, Mr. Naive, I am not naive enough to think that I can play the dragon and get away with it. So I'm gonna stick to my regular boring openings and see where that gets me. The Patserfish asks the philosophical questions. What was harder, the beginning of your career to IM or IM to GM? Actually, that's not even philosophical. I actually thought you were asking what was more difficult, the start of your career or which part of your career was the hardest. Because that question is very easy to answer. It's much, much harder getting from the beginning to IM than IM to Grandmaster. Or at least it was for me. As a kid, from I was not very old, everyone expected me to become a Grandmaster. It wasn't really that big of a surprise that I did. I spent a bit more time than I was hoping myself, but you have a couple of setbacks and then when you get the title, it's all the more sweet. So for me, it was definitely more difficult becoming, I guess, an IM. But yeah, you could say that everyone knew I was going to be an IM as well. But the thing is that you don't know that from the very get-go. I mean, you start out as a beginner and then you get an interest for the game and then you start studying a lot and then it becomes so important for you that you realize I'm gonna get really good at this. I became an IM at 16 and a Grandmaster at 18. So it's not like I ever got old enough to start worrying about whether or not I would be able to make the title before having a life or having a job or something like that. Groger asks, in Magnus's game yesterday, would you have sacrificed the knight with knight d5? I just saw that the computer recommended it. In general, I mean, I like to think I would play the best move in the position, in about any position. But seeing as how Magnus did not play it, I'm gonna say that probably it was a very difficult move. Mora Gazimora asks, have you played Vishy Anand before? Yes! Yes, I have played Vishy many times. I have lost against Vishy many times. I had a winning position once, but he played so quickly that it unnerved me and I messed up. And I also won against him in Blitz. So I have one win against Vishy in Blitz and then a couple of losses in classical chess. That Blitz game was one of my best games ever, actually. I played so well. which is so weird because it was a blitz game. Hammer implied he didn't have a life when he was 16. Yeah, pretty much. Well, at that point I was engulfed by the chess bug. It's an interesting position. He just blundered. He just blundered. He got low on time and he blundered. It happens. Actually, rook down here is kind of annoying. I had a very similar position to this quite recently, and I managed to make a draw even though I was a clean pawn up. I guess I'm gonna be careful not to allow this rook down here. It's a bit passive, it's a bit depressing. Yeah, I guess I'm being Mr. Safe Man down here. Just getting the guys in safe positions. He blundered again. Are you soon going hiking again? Asks our Dutch friend. No, actually the snow was still in the woods. So basically there had been sun for 2 weeks straight, but because the woods have so many trees, the trees block the sun, so the snow doesn't melt. So being out in the Norwegian outback, it was not very pleasant. It was not very pleasant. Atlas, you are next, but you have challenged me to a 5-minute game, and I'm not doing slower than 3. I'll accept you. You've been waiting for a long time. I'll accept you, but I'm gonna pre-move all my moves to compensate for the fact that we have 2 minutes extra on the clock. Yes, you can play. Mora Gazimora, you are next. Thank you for your patience. Martin Devaney asks, what crucial aspect of your chess skill set? Okay, I could have taken this one. I'm gonna take it next turn unless you do something. What aspect of your chess skill set do you think stands between you and the very top? Like, you could magically improve one aspect of your play, what would you choose? And that is such a good question, and man from Utrecht agrees. I like this question, he says. Yeah, it's a difficult question. Generally, the top players in the world are just better than me at everything. That's the main problem. They have better openings, they have better understanding, they have better calculation. They're just better at everything, which is difficult to compete against. I guess, I mean, if I could magically improve one thing and think that that was going to give me much better results against the elite, I would improve my calculation, as I believe that is my weakest area within chess. But I'm not sure only improving one aspect would be enough. I think the top players are better than me at everything, and as such, getting to their level is going to be very difficult. Can someone fix the link, please? Says Skeleton. Yeah, I'm sorry. I really don't know what's going on. Chess Bay is in the chat. Chess Bay is going to take a look at it, I hope. Chess Bay, can you figure out why these links cannot be clicked? It's quite annoying. She will try. Thank you. Paulie says that even the link doesn't work. Paulie, you need to be logged in with your chess.com account. So as long as you're logged in with your chess.com account, it should work. If you're not logged in, that may be the issue. Romero points out, Chess Bay gets in and immediately people ask her to do stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. But she's the MooBot expert. Yeah, no, I have no excuse. I have no excuse. Sometimes you gotta lean on those with the expertise. She has the expertise. Or so I think. I'm creating a checkmate plan over here with Rook H3. I saw some thunder. Martin Devaney with the $5 donation. Thank you, Martin. I trust that means you're happy with my answer. If you want me to elaborate further, do just repeat the question. Noonan asks, Hammer, are you going to the Thunder Boys? Yes. Yes, I am. Exciting news from... What happened? What on earth happened? The person who had been asking about his placement in the queue the most. Mocha Gazimora, you were next, but now you're not the next one on my list. Where are you? Did you have to go? That is unfortunate. How many players are waiting to play you, asks Ice Clears. It's quite a few. I've never had this many people come for challenges during streams. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 people with challenges. Although some of those challenges are double challenges with different time controls. Some of them have already played a game, and as such they are going to be ignored or declined. So I would say maybe 10 is the most accurate estimation of the people in the queue. I was supposed to answer Noonan. Are you going to the Thunder Boys? Yes, I am. So the Norwegian Thunder Boys are some pros, well, streaming pros at the very least. I don't know if they're very good at streaming. That's the way I'm going to use pro for this. So the Norwegian Thunder Boys, they have there are 4 guys with this incredibly professional setup. And some of them are actually musicians in a famous Norwegian band. So that's very cool, and they definitely know how to get, you know, good sound and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go visit them on Friday. I added it to my schedule, so if you want to see, you can check it out there. It's gonna be in Norwegian. So heads up to any foreign viewers. But it's going to be an interesting experience, and I really feel like I'm becoming a part of the Norwegian streaming community, which is very cool. Not just the chess community. Chess Bay, you're a miracle worker. That link doesn't work, says Addict. That's bad news. Well, at least you can click it. So HTTPS. I don't know. It feels to me like that should work. Oops. I opened it in my window and I'm getting kicked out of the server, and now probably my screenshot is off. That was a lot of chaos in a small amount of time. How much did I mess up everything? I don't even know. Okay, I should not have tried to click that link myself. But I think it works. No? Mocha Gazimora. I said I was gonna play you next. Yes! You were the next on the list, but then your challenge disappeared. I don't know what caused it, but there was nothing for me to click to accept your challenge. So you're gonna be next. Huh. Actually, I may have a chance at trapping this rook. So if rook d1, I'm gonna have bishop c2, which means he's gonna have to take on c8 first, but then I'm gonna get the rook on the c file and get into the c2 square. And I'm kind of just assuming that that's gonna be very good for me. Getting in here, attacking this pawn. Yeah, I'm gonna assume this is good. Get that pawn, then another one, then another one. Hi, Sir Jack, with the solution. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, the link I was working with did have that strange thingies instead of the other strange thingy. But I removed it because I thought you were supposed to remove it. Never mind. Good info. Actually, I could have taken this one, but never mind. I had my plan to take pawns, and I followed through. Once again, the challenge from Mochagazimora is not here. I don't know if you need to stay in the chess.com live window, but I cannot accept your challenge when it's not on my screen. I'm sorry. Send another challenge and I'll accept that one. Thanks for the game, Svele. Let's do some good game emotes. Marius pointing out my lack of knowledge of the English phrasing of This is the one line where you can take on f7, right? But I think it's not good. It looks good because you get into here with the knight, but I think it's not good, so I'm not gonna do it. I did it once as a kid because my engine, Fritz 5.32, recommended it. It was top of the line at that time. But it led me astray. Are you accepting challenges with increments? Asks Avalanche. Actually, I have a challenge for 1 and 3 second increments. I'm probably gonna accept that one. But as a general rule of thumb, I'm not doing games longer than 3 minutes. At the beginning, I was prioritizing all the bullet games. So the ones interested in bullet games got to play first. At 3 plus 2, we're not doing. Halvar is in the chat. This is one of those tricky openings where you don't really make much of yourself. And then the trick becomes how to make progress for white. I'm gonna take this one. Okay, that I think was... No, I blundered my bishop! I blundered my bishop! No. Okay, swindle mode activated. Okay, first I'm gonna take this one because if he takes with the knight, I can get this rook. Okay, swindle mode complete. Actually, that was sufficient swindling on my part. Maybe he should have taken back with the pawn. But then I would have had some attacking chances with the rook coming to g3, queen to h5. That would have actually been unpleasant for black. So maybe this was the best solution. Maybe I was just being a genius sacrificing that bishop. Yeah, and I think maybe you should have held on to your queen. It's a sack, guys, says Kazi. Not blunder. Yeah, of course. Completely in control the entire time. Brilliant sacrifice. Hammer time sacrifice. From blunder to resignation, 1 minute. I actually had a big day today. I got so much stuff done. I was up early doing stuff. And by early, of course, I mean 11 a.m. That's why I'm already yawning. 6:30 and yawning. I should not have allowed him to open up this diagonal for the bishop that easily. I did something wrong to allow him that. Marius asks, any plans to stop by Stian Shot Club, the chess club Stian, anytime soon? Yes, I'm coming on Sunday, May 6th. Sunday, May 6th. There's a tournament and I'm coming. Actually, there was a question in chat earlier, and by earlier I mean way earlier, about recommendations on chess clubs in Norway, and I really wanted to answer that. Big mistake. Big blunder. Big blunder. Yes, I wanted to answer that. The Norwegian Chess Federation has a list on their websites about chess clubs in Oslo and generally wherever you are in Norway. You can find your local chess club on the line. My recommendation would of course be my chess club, the Oslo Sjakkselskap, which is the oldest chess club in Oslo. It's the one with the best venue or playing meeting place, and it's located very centrally at Majorstua. So if you want to check that out, I can recommend it. Stjernen Sjakklubb is also very good. They have some very nice stuff for players starting out. They're pretty good at greeting new players. So they are also a good pick. So basically it's these two options you have, because these two clubs have their own place you can go and play chess. So those are the top choices. Man, Hammer is scary, says Knight Forced. Forced? No, I'm not scary. What are you talking about? I'm the least scary person ever. Well, that's not true. When I get upset, I'm not this jolly. But other than that. Okay, we have a revenge going on. The 10-year-old Anthony. And last time we played, he beat me. And so I need to show who's the boss by winning this game. I mean scary good. Oh, okay. That's okay. Magnus in the bullet arena. That's the scariest I've ever seen, says Romero Cesar. Jeff says, did you see him play Fortnite? He's not scary at all. Yeah. No, I'm better at chess than Fortnite. That is true. Okay, I think I misplayed this. I gave away a bishop for no good reason. And now I regret it. I regret giving up my bishop. And I don't really know what to do. I'm gonna go here with the knight, trying to kick away this guy. Now I have the option of taking here. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely worse. Again? This illustrates the difference in the level, says Marius. If I tell people I gave away a bishop, they will assume I blundered a bishop. Yeah, no, I gave away a bishop for a knight, which was not a good trade for me. g3. Yes, I realize my position is not great. But please don't hurt me. It keeps saying challenge failed. Your challenge does not meet the member's settings. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't actually know what to do about that. Geldon asks, are you a new member? Geldon says yes. There's a thing about new members not being allowed to challenge Grandmasters? Maybe that's a thing. In that case, I cannot help you. Okay, so we got ourselves an endgame. And it's an endgame with 7 pawns. So the thing about the bishop is that it's pretty good when there's not a lot of pawns, because then it has open diagonals and rules the world. But now, seeing as how there aren't that many pawns, maybe I can do something. Of course, c6 was not the greatest of moves. Yeah, I wanted to go b5, but now b5, bishop d7. It's not great. And I'm getting low on time. It's bad news all around. Okay, I'm not sure I like that move. Now he gave me the option of, I definitely don't like that move. What? What did this kid just do? Look at that bishop. Am I even gonna take this? Yeah, I guess I am. Look at that bishop. Wow. What a tragedy. And it's not stalemate, so I get the checkmate. Ooh, that was a close game. Good game to Anthony. But I got there in the end. What did you call that bishop? Yeah. I don't think I got to name it, but it was not a very good piece. Jonas, please me, he says. I'm going in the order in which the challenges have come in. And also, people I have played against already will be ignored for this session. But I might expand my stream for a couple of minutes. So I was scheduled to go for another 20 minutes. I might go for another 50 if there's any hope of getting through these challenges. Also, a pro tip: if you challenge 1 minute instead of 3 minutes, then it's an increased likelihood of everyone, yourself included, getting to play. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that exchanges. That was a poor decision. He could have gone bishop h4 and it would have been unpleasant for me, unraveling from this pin. And I didn't even see that that one was hanging. Wow. This is so bad. Has Hammer lost at all today? Asks Chessbay. No. So far it's, I would say maybe 30 wins in a row. It's been quite successful. Might be a triple adaptation. Let's do a couple of these. Yes, I thought you might play that, and I had a plan. I'm gonna first give a check attacking the queen and the king, and if the king moves, my queen is attacked, but I can go queen takes c3, and then I end up with an extra bishop. Hammer is rather beastly at chess, less so at Fortnite, says Chessbay. Marius in the chat, was there queen takes b8 there after queen takes c3? Yes, that's a good catch. I miscalculated that. Wow, so I got very lucky he resigned, because I was actually not better. I was not better. King h1 would have saved that game. And had I followed my plan, I would have lost the game. Good catch from Marius. How do I know what to do versus their openings if I don't know them by heart? So I have this 3 rules for chess openings, and you apply them to every single situation. Rule number 1, occupy the center with your pawns. Rule number 2, develop your pieces. Rule number 3, castle. And now you can look at me and say that, well, this is pretty basic. Yes, yes, it is pretty basic. And yet, somehow, people are not doing it. It's so basic, and yet nobody is doing it. People are doing 2 moves with the same piece. They are being slow to get the pieces out. Yes, it's very basic, but as long as people aren't actually doing it, I feel like I have the right to tell them, this is what you gotta do. Will these 3 rules take me to 1000? Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Yes, it will. But do some tactics on the tactics trainer just to be sure. So these rules should be enough, but then do some tactics to make sure that you don't blunder away all your opening advantage. Dicey Lee says, I have a feeling Hammer would be good teaching kid chess. Yes. No, I really think I would be. I like to think I do a good job on the Norwegian broadcasts as well. But yeah. No, actually those rules I have repeated plenty of times trying to do some teaching some kids. So I don't do a lot of teaching, but sometimes I do. And that rule is always something I try to knock into their unconscious. Are you commentating Norway chess this year? Asks Halvar. Yes, yes I am. The Norway chess tournament is being broadcasted on the Norwegian TV2, and I'm one of the commentators. Who else than you are on the Norwegian TV broadcasts? Asks Midnight Fox. It's Torstein Bae is doing commentary on the state broadcaster NRK, and Hans Olav Lahlum is often my co-commentator on TV2. When is it? Asks Daniel Fevang. I believe that the Blitz is May 27th. So the pre-tournament Blitz thing is May 27th, Sunday, May 27th. Then the tournament is gonna go on for, I don't know, like 12 days. So May 27th and onwards, right in the middle of Norwegian exams and stuff like that. Very good timing for students wanting to see some chess. Dicey says, you have the temperament for dealing with the young bloods. I would end up throwing pieces at them. Well, thank you. Okay. Haddad, I'll play a game with you if you're still here, but can you change your challenge from 5 minutes to 3 minutes? Thank you to Tnikan for subscribing. Yeah, no, Leko was my favorite player for a very long time. Marius is in the chat saying that he was a good commentator for Grenke. Leko is one of my childhood heroes. I got to meet him once in Dortmund many years ago. That was a lot of fun. He's a classy guy. Honestly, I feel like kind of Svidler and Leko are kind of in the same category. I just blundered my bishop. Or that's not entirely true. I'm very close to blundering my bishop with b5 coming up. I did not play this Italian the way you're supposed to. Okay, I'm gonna go a4 to counteract this b5 move. Yes, please. I'll exchange those because I wasn't liking the situation my bishop had gotten itself into on c4. Gregorian asks, who are you supporting today in the Champions League? Good question. I guess I'm supporting... Yeah, I don't really know. Well, I guess I support Liverpool, right? I mean, I watched the Premier League. I never watched Serie A. How do you pronounce that in English? Serie A, Series A, Serie A. I never watched the Italian league. Like I guess most Norwegians. Most Norwegians just watch the Premier League. So I guess I'm cheering for Liverpool. And tomorrow, I don't even know who's playing tomorrow. It's Real Madrid against Bayern Munich. Yeah, I don't even know what the other semi-final is. I guess Real Madrid. I have some friends supporting them. And they have Ronaldo. Robin is on Bayern Munich. Well, I'm definitely not supporting Robin. So I'm supporting whichever team Robin is not on. Robin and the French guy. What's his name? I forget his name, but there's this other guy who's also Ribéry also. Terrible guy. Ribéry and Robin. Terrible guys. I'm never gonna support them. I'm saying there's this French guy, I don't remember his name, and the chat is just exploding with people saying Ribéry. Yes, that is the one I meant. And apparently I'm not the only one, if all of you could get that. Perpetual stalemate with the puns in the chat. Actually, I could have taken this one. No, I couldn't, because then this one would have been hanging. So I did execute it in a good way. And now I'm opening the king side for my rooks. And I have a superior knight. I also have superior king, superior rook. I'm also a pawn up. And all of these things makes me think I'm gonna win this game. I'm gonna switch to some bullet games. A couple of bullet games to get those out of the way. To get as many games finished as possible. If you're far down on the list, I guess you wouldn't actually know that. But if you're you feel like you've been waiting for less than half an hour, I would recommend you to change your challenge to a bullet game. Or if you're just joining us, a bullet game is gonna be the most likely way for you to get a game before I say bye-bye for today. Taking back there is a risky choice, I'm gonna say. Very risky choice. I should have gone. I should have played King H2. That was a mistake. And the rook is not hanging. The rook is not hanging. I thought the rook was hanging. Big crisis. big crisis going on. Oh, and he thought he missed it as well. Wow. Stuff is going on in this game. Ooh, he went there. That's a risky move. Very risky move. There's going to be a checkmate coming up. Wow, that was close. That was close. Streaming, commentating, and pawning, says Marius. That's how I like it. Sometimes it doesn't really always work out that way, but that's another story. This one is hanging. I should do something about that. Nah, take it. I dare you. I double dare you. Ah, I forgot my plan. My plan was to sacrifice the rook on the bishop. And I forgot it. My mistake. Like this, I guess. Is the most effective way. And now this. And now this. So many pieces dropping off. And now removing the last defender. And checkmate. I'm gonna go through a couple of 1-minute games and then I'm gonna see if we have enough time for the remaining blitz challenges. What's going on? There's going to be an endgame with a pawn up, I believe. Endgame with a pawn up. Those are usually pretty good news. Let's be aggressive with the pawns. Blunder. Yeah, I blundered this guy. That's not good. Okay, so we're gonna have to win the 4 against 3. That could get interesting. Actually, this is where I want to go. And then this move. And now I have broken up the black pawn structure. And then we're safe to go up with the king a little bit. We're gonna move around, check how everyone's doing, make some trickery. Take that one. And now for the winning pawn endgame. And when you have the king on the 6th rank, it's always winning. Good rule of thumb. I just forgot how. And with 5 seconds left, I do believe I would have managed to get the checkmate in time. Yeah, my position is not great, but for me in bullet, that's basically the normal. Every time my position is great, that feels wrong somehow. And my position is getting better. I really want to take this bishop. I regret not doing it on the last move. But I got another chance and I took it. Now chasing the knight away from the protection of this rook is paying off massively as my opponent blunders his rook. And then a pawn and then possible checkmate on b2. He didn't fall for that one. But there's time issues as well. And stuff on the B file. Can we get a checkmate in before he loses on time? No. We got ourselves a winning position. Someday 2650. I don't even know if he's watching the stream or if he just got lucky with the 1 minute challenge. But let's do it. Ooh, bad pre-move. I was so sure he was gonna play h5. And that's the game. I have no chance of getting back from this. No chance. I should have stuck to you guys. Yeah, now I'll just get depressed losing at chess. There's nothing more depressing. Yeah. Checkmate. He had made in one move. Didn't go for it. I think he's gonna win anyhow. No, but it's just not that I lost. It's just that I lost in such a horrible way. Such a horrible fashion. Stroll is in the chat. And he's saying, once he got into the chat, I lost in the next 2 seconds. Yeah. So I owe all my wins to him staying away. Winning all games but one. How depressing, says Marius. Yes, but with that one loss, I'm pretty sure I have a lost rating on the day as a total. So it is kind of depressing. After playing Fortnite, you should be more used to losing, says Perpetual Stalemate. Yeah, that's true, but I don't care about Fortnite. I do care about chess. There's a huge difference there. Let's take this one, do some trades. I'm fine with that. Game was unrated, says Prince Aw. Really? Okay, never mind then. Really? Okay, well, that's silly. Why would he challenge me to an unrated game? Well, thank you, good sir. Well, if he challenged me to unrated, he's probably watching. So let's do some good games in the chat. Yeah, 2 more bullet games and then 2 more blitz games, and I'm gonna call it a day. So if you don't have a challenge pending, you're not gonna get a game today, I'm sorry. There's gonna be more games with viewers. Honestly, I didn't realize that it was gonna be this popular. Because I played games with viewers before, but never have I had this many challenges. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm naming the stream wrong. But I'm having another one. I'm having another game with viewers in May. It's at the schedule. I'm gonna type to check out the schedule. You can go to this linked address. I guess we'll go into an endgame. Pawn up. Should be possible to win. Ooh, maybe I can exchange. He didn't allow that. He had second thoughts and decided let's not exchange. And now he wants to exchange. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Ooh, and now he goes for the pawn ending. The pawn ending was a draw, actually. Maybe it was even winning for him. The pawn ending was unpleasant for me. Okay, that's weird. I guess I'll take this one. And then march the king. Ooh, I misplayed this. Okay, but now he blundered, so it's okay. Let's give a check, because I'm a bit nervous about stalemate, but I got there in the end. No, I'm accepting rated games. We're playing for stakes. It's not very high stakes, but we definitely have a stake going on in this. I don't want you to think that I'm not willing to prove my rating is accurate. Okay, we're gonna have a very nice endgame here with a superior pawn structure. How to play this? I'll go here and here. This move looks good. Now let's bring the king. And now it's time to go h4. It's time to go e4. And it's time to go f3. Incoming knight d3. Booyah! Booyah! With the fork. Good timing. Let's avoid these exchanges. Well, this exchange I'm fine with. Let's go here. Take this one. Go back, give a check. Let's just keep the status quo as he runs out of time. Ooh, gotta be careful about that one. Almost pre-moved the rook away. I cancelled my pre-move at just the right moment. Mario, see you next time. Yes, I'll see you next time. And next time is tomorrow for the Arena Kings tournament, 8:30 p.m. Okay, so the final two games is Haddad and Ik Ben Wardia. Oh, no, wait, it's not 1 minute anymore. I forgot. I'm pre-moving as if it's still... Well, but on the other hand, why not? French exchange, boo, says Ziggy. Actually, I should know how to pronounce that because that's, I don't know what it is, but there's some kind of engine kind of thing that requires that name. Ooh, he fell for that one. The checkmate on G7. The deadly kiss, the queen straight opposite the king, giving the lethal kiss. Okay, final game of the day, after which I'm going to do a lot of promotion for upcoming streams. Maybe I might as well do it now. Check out this in the link, this link in chat, to check my schedule, my upcoming streams. The next one is on Wednesday, and it's the Arena Kings tournament. 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. European time. After that, on Friday, I'm visiting some Norwegian streamer pros who knows sound and Fortnite and all of the gaming stuff. So I'm going to visit, and it's going to be interesting. They're called the Norwegian Thunder Boys. But they stream in Norwegian. So for the Norwegian viewers, that might be something you're interested in. Friday at 10 a.m. That's the only thing about them that makes me think they're not proper gamers, is that they start their streams at 10 a.m. How is that even possible? I don't know. And then on Saturday, I'm doing the final round of the Shamkir tournament. But actually, I'm doing that in Norwegian as well. Which makes me think that the next English language thing is on Sunday. I'm doing a bullet match, first to 50 games, against the Norwegian Johan Sebastian Christensen. So if you're an English speaking viewer, I recommend the Arena Kings tournament tomorrow and the bullet match on Sunday. I'm gonna do a little trap. I want him to take this pawn, after which I can go queen d5 with the double threat in the long diagonal, and against b5. Thank you to Avin. Thank you to Avin for the 4-month resub. You have to make the Thunder Boys play chess, he says. That's a good thought. I'll try to do that. I'll do some lobbying on behalf of our royal game. Why not knight d5 instead of c6? I don't know. I didn't feel like it. I have a good position. Kilior is in my chat. I will make sure they play chess. Kilior is one of the mods at the Norwegian Thunderboys channel, so he might have some influence as well. Ooh, you're just making my moves even more tempting. Now I'm close to trapping this bishop. Hiya, writes Cheeky Chess TV. Kimia is coming back. We scheduled another stream. Hand and Brain, Hammer and Kimia, GMJLH, and Cheeky Chess TV. Scheduled for May 22nd. So if you enjoyed our stream with Kimia the other day, I recommend checking out our next stream on May 22nd. I won a piece thanks to my very nice advanced queenside majority. Now I just gotta make sure that I don't get checkmated along the back rank and that I don't lose this knight on account of the pin. So I'm gonna start out with g6, solid move, and gives the king somewhere to hide, and then I'll go bishop d6 to protect the rook, and then maybe I'm gonna take this one. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one. Then I'm gonna go here so that after rook a1 he actually doesn't get the pawn on a5. Knight b6 protects this pawn because I'm having a threat against the knight on d3. Chess Bay gets very nervous whenever Kimia is streaming. Your adrenal system, or maybe that's adrenaline. Yeah, it's an emotional roller coaster when we play. Things can go from very good to very bad in a matter of seconds. Yeah, I was gonna have a checkmate on the next move, but Vardia lost on time. Good games, everyone. Let's do some good games emotes. Let's also do some hammer times. It's been pretty good. I lost one game in the end, one bullet game against 2600. And I lost in bad fashion. I'm gonna go have some tea and some carrots and other food items. I hope to see you everyone back for the Arena Kings tomorrow. And that's it from me. Goodbye everyone.